Welcome to Engineering Wealth. I'm Jason Croft, and I'm here with your host, Ryan Morgan. Ryan, how's it going?
What's going on, guys? And I want to introduce my special guest here today, Delaney Fluker. Why don't you say what's up to the team?
What's going on, guys? Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, so glad you're on. Ryan's been filling me in a little bit on your background and then the collaboration that you guys have going on, and I'm excited. I'm glad we're bringing this to the audience. Man, give me a little background here, and Ryan, you can kind of guide us through this, because I know what's amazing is kind of how your two stories have come together over the last year. And Delaney's been there for, to see this evolution that you've been building with Alden Consulting.
Yeah, it was, basically, I met Delaney through a referral source, someone who was looking to have Delaney to invest to be a client. And, what he wanted to do is he wanted to meet me first before, working with me on an intimate level. So when we actually first connected, I was in England, and I told him I was about to move to Scottsdale, Arizona. And he said, all right, let's talk as soon as you get there. So I would say, I think I've lived in this apartment for like a week, and he was on the couch the second week. I still had an air mattress. I didn't even have a bed. And then from there, we just really wanted to you can get a hotel room, but we wanted to be under the same roof so we can, really see who it is that we're dealing with. And, since then, obviously we're in a much different place, and, that's why we wanted to tell the story, to give the perspective of why you wanted to come over and why you decided to come back a little bit.
Yeah, very true, man. Again, I appreciate you guys having me on. We definitely connected at the right time, at the right place in life, but it was just one of those moments where I had been hearing about, this industry called ecommerce, and I heard about different people doing it. I just didn't know anybody that was effectively executing it correctly. So my biggest thing is you find the specialists in those fields, and you either figure out they know what they're talking about or not. And I had a good vibe, that he knew what he was talking about. So my first deal with anybody, I gotta meet you. I gotta know who you are, what your goals is, what your values are, because I want to know what it is that you're doing. And literally took about a week or two. We were in person. I think the flight was here. I was here about 12 o'clock at night. But we've gotten a chance to grow over the last couple of months since March. Just really understand each other, see where the vision is going, and put some things together that's going to allow for just either further expansion. I think we're building a solid foundation right now in different areas right now. I think that's more exciting than anything, is to have different niches coming together for a whole wealth platform versus it being one or two things. It's a plethora. Right.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So the audience knows a little bit who've kind of watched the first few episodes around Alden Consulting, the shops, the Shopify stores, the Amazon stores that kind of Ryan's bringing to the table. What's your side of things, and how are these meshing together?
Yeah, so when it comes to Alden Consulting, the e-commerce game, I really came in as far as wanting to utilize it for an income strategy. I've been in network marketing for over 10 years, right? And that was a huge chunk of selling, building teams, building organizations, building relationships. And I'll be honest with you, not a lot of people are good at network marketing, and I was looking for more automated ways that if somebody wants to generate a few hundred, maybe a few $1,000s or more. They didn't have to be great. They can literally sit at home, in their socks or bathrobe, whatever it is, right, and generate income. So that was the first thing. But I came in more so to really understand how it would be a great income opportunity, and then utilize that a part of my platform for other individuals, particularly higher network individuals, that could actually help them manage their funds a lot better because they had multiple streams of income coming in different ways. I wanted something that was sure, that was consistent, versus it being super volatile. You're up 1 month, then you're down for the rest of the year. So I would say I was more so the feedback, seeing how it worked. And now I see that the source is good, being able to connect my other, clientele base with that, because that's just generate them more funds to just keep growing and being better at what they're doing. So, yeah.
And it builds that relationship even stronger with you. And so you're basically looking at this as just another financial vehicle, right? Like, hey, you need some dollars here, you need some dollars there.
Correct. Correct. I understand that, most people have one stream of income. You at least should have two. I believe in 9 streams of income, and if you're the person that can help people make money and what you put your hands on does that, I mean, you become not only a leader in your industry, but you become a point of inspiration at that point in time. You're the go-to person to make sure that your needs are met at any given moment in time. And that's really where I want to position myself and connect with the right people that have those other vehicles outside of what I do in the financial markets and different things like that.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Ryan, what's your kind of perspective on the dynamic? How did you see this perfect fit?
Well, with All Done Consulting, it's definitely not an e-commerce business. It's just something that we happen to do really well at the start. All Done Consulting is a copywriting sales service. And what we do is we create content and we generate customers for people. And we're going to be the best in the world doing that. And like I said, we happen to pick e-commerce first, but we want to diversify to trading, cryptocurrency, high finance. Just basically people management for high net worth people that can deliver returns.
Fantastic. So what is that next evolution now as you guys join forces?
Well, he's got to release his program so I can start talking to clients about it. He hasn't released it yet. So
we've been
kind of just waiting.
Yeah, we've been working hard on it. I have a very big saying is when I release something, I want it to work. Like I'm ready for people to make money from the day it gets released. So, now we built that dynamic, we built that relationship to the point where I know for sure Ryan can handle the organization of things. Like he's shown me so many different things, how he organizes, how he executes, how he's able to take an idea from zero to hero. And I'm like, I've never seen that. I see most people talk about it, but I've never seen people really do it. So being able to see that, I felt comfortable enough to say, listen, this is my long-breaded idea that, I've worked on for the last 10 years, and being able to organize that and position that on this, within this platform is literally going to take it to the next level. So private money management side of things is literally, I come from a sports background, helping other individuals in the sport arena, music arena, entertainment, actors, actresses, different things of that nature, just because, the average NFL player or MLB player has about 3 to 5 years to make the most money they've ever made. And most of them have a short-term thinking. They don't know about these other vehicles out there. And, I just want to be that person positioned to help them. And we just want to help as many people and as many families as possible. So I'm ready now to, release that to the world so they can actually get access to the networks, the skill sets, the systems and processes that, my team and I, and now with Ryan, are able to develop together. So I'm excited right now, man. I'm ready to go.
That's awesome. So can you give us a little bit of insight on what that platform is and kind of does?
Yeah, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. I'll definitely give you guys a sneak peek here for Engineering Well. I can't download everything, but I can give you guys a sneak peek just because, I know a ton of you guys followers are going to be, watching this and it's going out. But a couple of things just to give you guys an idea is we're going to be coming from a wealth planning, wealth asset building perspective. The typical person really don't know the numbers, right, when it comes down to things. So, for instance, just educating them starting at least 150,000, right, is where you even start to generate wealth. 100 to 150K. A lot of people don't even know that number, right? They're chasing 6 figures a year, not realizing you probably need about 250,000 a year to really get into the wealth game. And
to think of it in terms of, oh yeah, okay, you want to live on that, that's great, but here's that money that you need working for you over there.
Right. So really putting out definitive numbers, definitive systems. So that's number one. That's step number one is, hey, you need about 100K. Not saying that you can't do things before that, right? If you got side business, side hustles, other things like that. But just putting some real targets in front of people's faces so they know, you know what? It's not time to let the foot off the gas, right? I still got a couple other things I need to keep striving for. And ultimately, I feel like people are going to move forward. But we're going to be able to position them And certain things I can't say on here yet, just because of legal purposes. But that's step one. Step two is building them a portfolio, not based off of selling you something, but based off of what has worked for myself, what's going to work for Ryan, what's going to work for all the other individuals that's with All Done Consulting, the other platforms that Ryan's building and I'm building. I'm not big on selling people or anything. I'm big on, hey, this is what I did to live my life and have the lifestyle I have. Here you go too, right? and just copying a portfolio in a sense. And that's the biggest part, is taking all of the guesswork out of how to become successful, how to become rich and wealthy. Take the guesswork out and just position you, and then just put the client in position to say, hey, I got the game plan, I have the roadmap. Should I be rich or should I not be rich? And right there, you have a definitive answer of where you want to go. So it's just positioning you in certain sectors. Again, just because like legal reasons, I can't say everything. But
yeah, it's not live yet. And yeah,
but we definitely want to make sure we give you step-by-step blueprint. You ain't got to guess. You don't have to think twice. You can go home, go to sleep, and relax and know that tomorrow it's still going to be there and it's still growing for the long term. So that's our perspective, having that family approach to everything that we do.
That's great. Yeah, and Ryan, I can see the common elements, right? Because that's the whole point of what you're offering folks is just trust us. We built this thing. It's all done for you. Go and relax. We got this.
It's all done.
Awesome.
Proof.
So what's next steps for all of this? What's the roadmap here a little bit and timeline?
Well, next steps are, we're definitely looking to get the founders of the Players Only Club together so we can just collaborate. We're in the process of doing a couple of capital raises for our companies so that we can use that to raise even more money and essentially just create, we want to create like a network of companies that are just growing one another through an ecosystem where, we're incentivized to help each other grow.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So we're in the process, like I said, so honestly, step one is just get 5-10 of my business partners in a room. We raise some money, and we start flourishing, and then providing better opportunities to our clients.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
Having the economics and the social together, I think those two dynamic duos is literally gonna slingshot everything where we need it to go. Most people focus on money their whole life, never have a social life. Most people have too much of a social life. Never about to right. So it's just bridging some of the two most commonality things, but putting them on the highest standard as possible so that you can live like, I have a saying that says, go bigger, go bigger. So we got to get to a place where people can experience things at the highest level when it comes to both of those. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that too, because when you can show people that you don't have to do one and the other one suffers, right? Like bringing those two things together. And then Ryan, what you talked about with the ecosystem, I know what you've got kind of layering in here with Players Club and all of this together. It's gonna be strong, man.
Yeah, we're just looking to help people. We want to make investing to us to be an absolute no-brainer. I'm really getting tired of selling at this point. Like a year from now, I don't plan on selling. I plan on offering opportunities to people that want to be helped.
Fantastic. Awesome, gentlemen. This has been fantastic. Delaney, thanks so much for joining us on here. Ryan, as always, you're killing it, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. See you later.